Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome to Tentador Leches, which is possibly a horror game, where you have an encounter with a milkman. Quick note, this is from the same creator of Don't Toy With Me, which was another horror game that was kind of like a twisted Toy Story where it involved like puppets and stuff, and this is actually their previous work that they made just before Don't Toy With Me. So if you didn't notice in the beginning, in the title screen, there was like the little like silhouettes in the bottom left. I think those might be like an ending tracker. Thank you for signing up for milk delivery with Meadow Farms Milk Distribution. Who is this order for? Mr. And your name? Manly. Given your neighborhood, you'll be added to our delivery man Mr. Sterling's existing route. You can expect him around 6 a.m. Thank you for your business, Mr. Manly. There are a lot of rumors about the local milkman. In a small town like this, it's inevitable that there's a little bit of gossip about everyone. But there's something about the white-haired milkman that just gets people's imaginations going. Maybe it's because of how private he is about his home life and his wife. I say wife with that tone because, despite living in this town for several years now, Cooley Sterling is the only one of a young couple to ever leave that little house they bought together. Some people doubt she exists at all, and while there are many theories about that, most people are agreed about one thing. The man is attractive, but a complete airhead. He is a milkman. You know what they say about the milkman, do you? Because of this fact, many people believe him to be a seducer of some kind. Many a housewife, and rumoredly some bachelors, have flirted with the man in hopes of testing this theory, and potentially having some scandalous fun with him as well. Does anyone remember? There was an old Disney Goofy, cartoon skit. And, it was like a horrible implication that Goofy's wife was having an affair. Because the milkman would show up and, kiss Goofy thinking it's his wife answering the door, and it's like, I'm not that sort of person, but I'll admit to a polite curiosity about the man. I'm not getting my hopes up for anything, but I'm looking forward to meeting him and finding out just how many of the rumors about him are true. Ready to queue this morning, I hear a knock at the door. Before he can set the milk down and go, I open the door. Oh, good morning, Mr. Manly. I didn't know if you were an early riser or not. Good to know, though. I always like to introduce myself to new customers. My name is Cooley Sterling, and I'm your new milkman. So long as you don't complain to my boss or something. Nice to meet you, Cooley. Are you here to give me your milk? Why is this one darkened out? Oh, they were right. You're handsome. Interesting. They're color-coded, and I feel like that's important somehow. Let's go with the pink one. Nice to meet you, Cooley. Nice to meet you, Cooley. You a cool guy? I've heard about you around town. It looks like you're as friendly as they say you are. Well, I really hope so. I'm the first person a lot of people see in their day, so I don't want to start them off on a bad foot. So if I have any option here, depending on how I feel like the routes are going, I'm going to try to aim to have any more darker route at the very end. You mean the wrong foot? Is that how that saying goes? Ah, guess I've been saying wrong this whole time. But you catch my meaning, right? It's so important to start your day off right. Going into a hard day is so much harder if you don't get to start with a good attitude. I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about now. I've heard he's a real chatterbox, so maybe this is par for the course. I mean, I never talk badly of my neighbors, so I don't mean anything negative by this. But a lot of people in this town have a sort of gloomy outlook. I can't claim to know their problems, but I'm sure they have their reasons. It's a little sad when you think about it. Maybe it's the gloomy weather. We had a lot more sunny days back where I'm from, but I guess if you're used to things being cloudy, it wouldn't show as much, right? It'd be nice if the milk dispensary let me deliver cookies or something with the milk to help make people's mornings a little nicer. But I guess if people ate cookies every day with their breakfast, it would be bad for their teeth and they'd just be unhappy all over again. I guess if it were something as simple as that, though, it would be already fixed. People don't just wake up and decide to be in a bad mood after all. I just noticed since I get to see a good portion of the town every morning that some people have more of a tendency toward it than others. What are we talking about? God, thank you, in-game Manly. Good lord, he is still talking. I was like, what are we going on about? I'm always up at sunrise. I sleep in whenever I have the chance. I don't like waking up at all. Okay, I guess we'll just go with the pink options. I'm always up at sunrise. Me too! I mean, I guess that's obvious given my job, but I'm up at sunrise even on days when I have no deliveries to make. Best time to start a day is at the start of the day. The weather's perfect for running in the morning too. When things start cooling off, it's not as big of a deal, but a brisk morning workout is a lot better than going home so sweaty I need a bath. Oh my god, Cooley, you like every dialogue out of your mouth is a paragraph. Plus breakfast. Breakfast is a good thing to want to get up early for. It's the only meal of the day with pancakes. What if you decided to have pancakes for dinner? Huh? People do that? Oh yeah, especially after you've been drinking. Sometimes it's not like a restaurant where they shut off the griddle after a certain time of day. Maybe I'll treat myself to some pancakes for dinner tonight then. He's so easy to please. You know, Cooley, I had hired you because I had heard... You know, Cooley, I had hired you because I had heard about you from your other customers. Really? Hope you heard good things, and I'd assumed so anyway since you hired me. Of course, though I thought you would already know what people were saying since... Since what? Do you really want to tell the friendly dope what people say about him? I heard you were very nice. I can't do it to him. Look at that big dumb smile. The guy's a sweetheart and obviously just victim to all sorts of these rumors. I heard you were exceptionally nice, so you seem like a good person to meet. Oh, do people really say that about me? Shucks, I thought you were going to say you heard a nasty rumor or something, or that you just heard about my weird looks. Weird looks? What weird looks? You don't have to pretend not to notice. My hair and my eyes. People have always thought my eyes were bizarre looking, but then a couple years I started going gray and now it's fully white. A lot of people make comments about it, especially with my white uniform. I've heard every milk joke there is about it. Make a milk joke about his hair. Yeah, like, we're just gonna commit. I'm not gonna mix and match, and then we'll, like, mix and match later, you know what I mean? It'd be normal looking when you just started drinking chocolate milk instead. And then because I had brown hair. Good one. You really didn't like that. Yeah, that was a bit flat. Never mind the rumors. There's a lot of gossip in a small, close-knit community like this. I'm sure you ever come to your own conclusions about what sort of person I am, wouldn't you? Let's just get to know each other. So have you always worked as a milkman? You seem kind of young, but people talk about you as if you've been their milkman for years. Well, I've lived here for about 3 years and got the job right away. So yeah, I guess as far as this town goes, I've always worked as a milkman. Do you like the work? Of course. I'm really a people person, you see. So I love having a job that lets me meet and get to know so many of my neighbors. It has some little drawbacks too, but nothing really all that serious. What kind of drawbacks? Given that he seems to be kind of a chatterbox, oh yeah. I realize now that I really only have to ask him questions to get him talking. Maybe if I get him on a roll, I can chance asking some more prying things. Well, nothing too serious, just little things. Like how I have to remember a lot of stuff, and how a lot of people knowing me means a lot more people than normal mentioning me to each other. I mean, I understand it's a close-knit community. People are going to gossip. But sometimes I feel if I didn't stick out like a sore thumb, that I'd have less people telling lies about me, making assumptions about my life. What kind of assumptions? What kind of assumptions? Well, a lot of things. My wife has to stay home due to an illness, and people are always assuming things about that. Like they think I don't want to spend time with her and I'm not taking good care of her because I'm not always home. But how would I take care of her with no money? I have to keep my job. Really? What a strange thing to talk about behind your back. I suppose I must really be bored. Yeah, right? My life isn't terribly exciting. I can't imagine why people would waste their time giving any thought to me. It's a little more harsh than I meant, but the sentiment is there. They should have something going on in their own life instead of digging into yours. It's very hypocritical of me to say this, of course, since I only picked up this service in order to get to know this mysterious seducer Milkman. who I now realize was a work of fiction going by who's completely lack of any sort of flirtatious behavior. But at least I'm not spreading rumors about his ill wife of all things. Still, his relief in hearing me agree with him makes me feel a little bit bad about this whole venture. Have you ever thought about doing something else, if this job causes so many rumors to be said about you? I wouldn't say the job itself causes the problem. Maybe it makes it spread a little further, so. But it's not like I grew up wanting to be a milkman. Of course I wanted other jobs. At one time I wanted to be a jeweler. I learned some simple things, but it's just not practical for someone with no startup money. I have more savings than I did back then in my early 20s. But I'm still paying off my house, and I have to make sure to keep emergency funds for Venus. Venus, huh? Venus. That's a pretty strange name. So is Cooley, though. Well, it's not her birth name. When we got married, we chose new names for each other. She wanted us to have striking names like a pair of movie stars. Hence a change. It's really too bad that we never made it to Hollywood, but it was still symbolic. A new us for our new life together. So romantic. She named her your dog? Oh. You named her for a goddess. You named her after a goddess. Yep, after the goddess of beauty. She's the most beautiful, amazing woman I've ever met. We may have married young, but I know how lucky I am. I've never met anyone so radiant for as long as I've lived. That's kind of sweet. I'm also surprised a silly man like Cooley would know words like radiant or about Roman gods. I'm sure that she really enjoys the name then. It's a very flattering choice. Oh, she kept it, so I certainly hope so. Anyway, specifics about names aren't really important. My point is just I need a stable job more than I need a fun job. This job is enjoyable enough. It keeps me and Venus fed. And lets me set a little aside for her medical expenses. Right, that's very practical of you, so you're probably right. A few rumors never hurt anyone that badly anyway. Right. Well, I really should get going, sir. Lots of deliveries to get to. Here's your milk. I'll let you get back to that. It was very nice meeting you, Mr. Sterling. Oh yeah, it was really to meet you too. Well, that was odd. I didn't really find out what I wanted to know, but I suppose I can ask him some more next time he comes. Was that it? Though I'm up early again this morning, I realized after some time that no knock came at the door as it did yesterday. After some time, I go check the door, bring up down the street for any sign of the milkman. As I do, the toe of my slipper nearly bumps my bottle off the front step. Ah, I guess I missed him. I pick up my bottle and bring it back to the kitchen. It takes me a couple of early mornings to realize that Cooley seems to have changed his route to deliberately avoid talking to me. I know I was a little pushy, but how delicate is he that that's all it took to make him not want to face me? How irritating. And bad end. Spoiled milk. Yeah, see it? There's the thing there. Okay, so let's just go down these middle options. Are you here to give me your milk? Are you here to give me your milk? Well, it's your milk. You paid for it. Or do you mean like I work for the dairy farm? I'm just a delivery guy. But I can promise you it's really good quality milk. I even supposed to order buttermilk from them time to time for my baking. Oh, you bake, huh? Well, he's certainly sweet, so at least he's got that going for him. It was a double entendre, Cooley. I meant the milk you're delivering and something else. Oh, man. He just needs a little help to get it. Double entendre? I think I've heard that phrase before. It's Italian, right? Are you Italian? Jesus. You know, we have quite a few Italian residents here in town. I was surprised, but I guess it's not terribly far shot from New York to here. A lot of Italian folks I've met are from there, but I also know of a man all the way from France. I think it's a nifty people from so far away would settle down in our little town. Maybe we'll call them an airhead. They really weren't kidding, were they? I feel I'm getting nowhere being subtle. Are you trying to get cute with me? Because you're already cute, but this plain dumb is not. Plain dumb about what? Why are you mad at me? I'm not mad. I just want you to pay attention and not go off on some tangent. when I'm here casting eyes at you. He stares at me blankly for a moment. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I think I remember a fairy tale from when I was a kid that used that phrase. Like the mom was yelling at her son because she told him to cast eyes at someone and he went and threw sheep eyes at a girl. That can't be right, right? God! He's just so dumb. If he's gonna feign ignorance, I'll have to push the matter myself. Wait, what? Oh no. Oh no. I lean against the doorway with my hand on my hip. Well, Mr. Sterling, I see you're the type of man who likes to play games. I like Nintendo. I do, but what makes you say that? Because of how you toy with my feelings. Don't toy with me, Nakotaro. Oh no, did I say something rude? Yes, you've been very naughty. As a matter of fact, you've been very naughty. I think you need to be punished. Hi, Mr. Manley, are you... Hush, Cooley, I'm in charge here. I tell you when to talk. He looks like he's at a loss for words. That's good, especially since he hasn't run off yet. That's better. I'm listen up, Mr. Sterling. This is my seduction voice. I'm being very seductive right now. You feeling the seduction? Because even though you've been bad, I'm happy to see you here in your uniform. You can speak now. Oh, so why are you happy about my uniform? Because I want to see shoe marks. Because white stains easily? Because stains show up on it really easily. Okay, I'm not sure what you think I can get on it, but I take really good care of my uniform. My boss would kill me if I ran on giving the company a bad name of looking grubby. I mean, people always understand some little spots here and there since I'm running around outside, but I still do my best not to let anything soil it. Poor Cooley. Cooley, get out of here. Run. Nobody will want to take their food from a dirty milkman, huh? Oh no. Oh no. No, we can't pick that one. You already are a dirty milkman. You already are a dirty milkman, aren't you? Just dirty in a different way. Hard to say, I don't think you know me well enough to know for sure. Well, that was very nearly an answer. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Or maybe you realize the rumors about him are very exaggerated for me to think this would work. Well, I'd love to get to know you more, personally. Intimately, even. Would you, though? You kind of seem like you've only got one thing in mind to me. It's not the only thing I have in mind, but it seems to have finally caught your attention. I mean, I'll definitely remember this introduction, but I should remind you I'm married. Not that I'm not flattered, but... I just really, really, really love my wife. And I would never do anything to jeopardize that. I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings. Of course not. I completely understand. You know how glad I am to hear that. I understand that. No. No? Alright, let's go. Trainwreck, go! I just have to be your wife to have you, obviously. That's not funny. Anyway, there's your milk, I guess. I have a place to go now. Jeez, was there something I said? Maybe the real horror was like, it's Cooley's perspective. To Cooley, this is a horror game. Because he's just like, I'm just trying to get my job done. Please. I'm just trying to work. Well, it was nice to meet you, Cooley. Let's meet again. Oh yeah, it was really well to meet you too. Well, that was odd. Didn't really find out what I was wanting to know, but I suppose I can ask him some more next time. Well, it's blue colored. That means same dialogue. Did we get the same ending? Let's see. Yeah, I'll early again. We also have sometimes no knocking on the door as he did yesterday. Turn the door. I'm skipping ahead. Guess I missed him. Change his route. Yeah, spoiled milk. So I guess if you do anything to scare him off, you get the spoiled milk ending. There's just different ways to scare him off. So I'm back at this decision. Let's try compliment him instead of the joke about the chocolate milk. Well, I think you look rather striking. I like your eyes and there's no shame in going gray early. Happens to a lot of people. Oh, thanks. That's very kind of you. I know people who go gray young aren't unheard of, especially in this town, but I don't know. I just feel like I look different enough, you know? Yes, and I'm sure being a milkman doesn't help with the white uniform. It does mean you can plan your clothes to look good with your hair. Oh, you mean you think starting clothes will look better with white hair? Maybe you can wear lighter colors other than white to really stand out if you wanted to. Figure how you would look in a blue sweater vest or a green tie to go with your eyes. Or, okay, you can start the goth trend about 40 years earlier. Or is it 50? Might be 50 years. Dang. When did Milkman start, stop being relevant? I guess I never thought of that way. I'm so used to when my wife used to pick out my clothes that I haven't put as much thought into it these days. I'll have to use your advice. The Milkman looks plumb pleased with the positive attention. I'm glad I could help you, Cooley. So, have you always worked as a milkman? You seem kind of young, but people talk about you as if you've been their milkman for years. I can't remember this dialogue. Okay, so I went down the initial route I went when I first started playing. And just because I did not make the chocolate milk joke, Cooley is chill with us. And Cooley's like, alright, no chocolate milk joke? Okay, this person's cool. It was nice meeting you too. I'm looking forward to seeing you each morning. Ha! Have a nice day. For all my wanting to pry, it just turned out that Cooley was a nice man. A little strange, yes, but nice all the same. I did find out all that I wanted to know. I'm glad I decided to meet him anyway. Maybe I've even found a friend. The next morning I get up early again and wake early once more. I find myself looking forward to seeing Cooley again today. The knock at the door finally comes. I'm quick to answer. Oh, good morning. You were quick today. Good morning, Cooley. Was I? I suppose I'm just more awake today. Already had my coffee. Without any milk? You have me out of work. But I'm actually glad you're up. I have something special in the cart for you today. Here's your milk, and I'll be right back with it. Oh, alright. Cooley heads back out to his little moped bike with the cart on the back. I can hear him unwrapping something before he returns. Oh, you have cookies. I made these for you. I don't remember if I mentioned it yesterday, but I do a lot of baking at home, and I thought it would be nice to bring my new friend a sweet surprise. I hope you like chocolate chip. Oh, Cooley, that's very sweet of you, actually. Thank you. So you like them? I take one off the top of the plate to try. It's absolutely heavenly. Oh yes, they're very good. Are you gonna leave the plate with me too? Yeah, keep it as long as you need. I'll be seeing you each morning anyway, so you can give it back whenever you're done with it. Cooley looks absolutely thrilled as I accept the plate of cookies from his hands. Hope you really do like them. And not just saying it to spare my feelings. I got chewed out a little for taking so long yesterday, so I need to get going on my deliveries. But maybe we can talk more sometime, when I'm not working. Of course, maybe if you come back later, we can share the cookies and some tea. Oh, I'd love that. Thanks. I'll see you later then. Bye, Manly. As Cooley leaves, I have another cookie. Think about how quickly he warmed up to me. People said he was friendly. But I'm somewhat hopeful this is more than just a cordial platitude from a nice man. I think he genuinely wants a friend. Hopefully I can be that for him. He seems like he could use one. Good end. Milk and cookies. So that was the bottom left one over here. So we have this one, and then we have this one, which might be the, that could be like the bad end route. So this is the seduction thing again. I can only have you in my dreams. Looks like the only place we can be together is in my dreams. I'll see you there. Oh, that's surprisingly romantic. Keep practicing lines like that, and you'll find yourself a single sweetheart in no time. I mean it, you might need to work on your choices. Picking me of all people. But you do seem very nice. I'm sure you'll find someone. Getting this level of reaction out of Cooley is honestly satisfaction enough. I'm not going to tell anyone about this, obviously. But I realized I found a certain little thrill in this. I set out to meet this mysterious romantic milkman, only to very forwardly flirt with a man I know to be married. What scandalous fun. What scandalous fun. Well, this has been a nice talk, but I really do have to get to the rest of my deliveries. Cooley hands me the ball of milk and I accept it. Our hands touch briefly. I notice he's very warm. I wonder if he's always like that. I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Manley. See you tomorrow, Cooley. And off he goes to continue on his route. I didn't quite get what I expected from meeting the milkman, but I came about as close as possible, I think. It was very fun. No! You're a bad person! I think I'll be looking forward to talking more of Cooley. And lucky me that he comes every day. Good end. Just peachy. Yep, that's the, just one more ending we need to get now. Oh, they're right, you're handsome. Oh, they're right, you're handsome. I wonder if the rumors were just exaggerated. Huh? Milkman's posture suddenly goes rigid, caught off guard by the blunt compliment. He takes a moment to regain his composure. Well, thank you. My wife thinks so too. I mean, I hope so anyway. Not always, but usually. I mean, she's sick, so I haven't been able to ask recently. Many criticisms of how I look were said in good faith, you know? She just wants me to be my best. Sorry about that. That was probably too much, huh? Should've just said I'm married. Yikes. Your wife sounds off? Uh-oh. Your wife sounds awful, Cooley. She should be nicer to you. I'm telling you, we're the antagonist. That's the twist. We're the bad guy. Hey, don't talk about that way. Did I really make her sound that bad? She's wonderful, I promise. Maybe that was a little blunt, but it sounds like she really has you stressing about your looks. I stress about everything. Don't blame it on her just because I'm not well balanced. His grip on the lock of the hair keeps playing with tiresome. Looks like he really doesn't like talking about this. And anyway, she makes me really happy. She's the love of my life, the sun of my sky, my better half in every way. She's so beautiful and talented. If not for her health issues, I bet she'd be a famous movie star by now. He seems to mean what he says. The relationship definitely doesn't sound normal if he idolizes her this much. And she gives him crap about his look of all things. Not to overstep, Mr. Sterling, but why is she so critical of you if the marriage is so good? That's very much overstepping, actually. But if you're gonna pry anyway, I'm just kind of a screw-up. She got a lot to be frustrated with, but she loves me enough that she stays with me anyway. I appreciate if you didn't talk about her like that. You don't even know her. How could her not liking the way you look be your fault? I've heard a lot of people tell me about how handsome you are, you know. What do you mean, a lot of people? That many people talk about me? Whoops, I would have bet money they knew about what people say about him. It looks like the rumors of his obliviousness are more true than those about him being some kind of a homewrecker. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are attracted to you. I guess I should be flattered. Do people really have so little respect for my marriage? This does explain why the doctor's compliments are so relentless. I was accused once of lying about having a wife, you know. I just don't get it. Is it because I'm nice to people? I can be nice to people if I want to sleep with them. It used to be the opposite. Before my wife fell ill, men were constantly giving her attention. It was like I didn't even exist. Huh. But I at least understood that better. She's a goddess, and I'm kind of shrimpy and unintimidating, and she always had to tell me what to do. They probably felt sorry for her having to put up with me. I don't really blame them. I'm so lucky she stuck with me. It sounds more like he stuck with her than she's sticking with him. But he is a little bit strange. I don't think he has said one normal sounding thing about her. Press about his wife. It sounds like things are pretty bad at home, huh? You're awfully dodgy about it. Speaking of her illness, too. Is she really ill, or is it that you guys are having relationship troubles, and you don't want to talk about it? I can understand being reluctant to admitting to filing for divorce. Please, sir. That's so inappropriate, I am shocked at you. Nobody's getting a divorce. She's very sick and needs my care anyway. And even if she did want to leave me, I would be grateful just to take care of her. Even meant seeing her with another man, Cooley. Which is no other man before you jump to that, nosy Rosie. I only mean this hypothetically. He's all worked up now. His grip on that hair is getting tighter. Actually, you know what? I just noticed the time. I really need to be getting back to my deliveries. Please take your milk, Mr. Manley. I need to leave. I reluctantly take my milk from him. The tension in his fingers is visible, even as he lets go of the bottle. His hands curl right back into a tense fist. He's awfully eager to leave all of a sudden now that I question his story about his sick wife. He's obviously hiding something. Huh, thank you for buying from Middle Farms milk distribution. I hope you have a nice day. Is she dead? Whoa! 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 Wow! What? Whoa, that was... Yeah, thank you. Whoa. That was more reaction than I was expecting. He smiles. If he didn't just tear out a tuft of his own hair. I said, is she dead? You're so cagey about it. Did she pass away from her illness? Or perhaps you put her out of her misery? Ha! You're sick. Horrible. How dare you wish harm on Venus? She's You've got a disgusting sense of humor. I wasn't joking or wishing for it to happen to her, but you're acting really weird and suspicious. I would never harm her. I'd sooner chew my own fingers off. My life is meaningless without her. I love her. I love her more than anything. Do you know what that's like? Loving anything other than yourself. Heartless. I find it hard to believe you ever have because you're heartless. He's practically trembling. I'm starting to get a little nervous he's about to do something. Perhaps I spoke a little out of line, but his reaction is verging on a nervous breakdown. I mean it. Many people treat me terribly in this town, and plenty of towns. I can live with it. Who cares? But to actually accuse me of killing my wife! Ha ha ha, very funny, Mr. Manley. Very impressive. You're so cool and tough. Yes, I am. Making jokes at the expense of a sick woman whose lousy husband is the only one to take care of her. His voice cracks with a fake laugh. I'm not sure whether he's on the brink of violence or of throwing up. Either way, I take a step back. He notices. What's wrong? You uncomfortable? Good. We're on the same page then, finally. You make me sick. I'm so sorry. That was uncalled for. Whoa. Please don't tell my boss about all that. It was just a misunderstanding. Well, it wasn't a misunderstanding so much as... Thanks! Now I have a lot of deliveries to get to, so I better get going. Have a nice day, Mr. Manley. I'll see you tomorrow. I told you. That was a very unsettling experience. I consider the idea of calling to cancel my delivery service, but Willie seems kind of unhinged. I'm more unnerved at the idea he knows where I live if I get him fired than I am with him just leaving milk on my doorstep. I decided to just forget about all the strange rumors about the milkman, as clearly in this case, fact is stranger than fiction. I head back into the kitchen with my milk to put it away. I have no appetite to make anything for breakfast to have it with after that. A knock wakes me from a peaceful sleep. I turn to my bed to look out the window. My curtains are drawn, but through the sliver of glass, I can see between them. I still see stars in the sky. Reluctantly, I turn to my bedside table and switch on the lamp. I see that it's currently 4 a.m., making chocolate pudding. The knock comes again. It's tempting to just roll over and go back to sleep. I can't, though. Someone at my door so early in the morning. It must be something important, right? I sigh softly and get up out of bed, slipping my house coat on over my pajamas, and going to the front door to answer it. Hello? There's a quiet for a moment, before a person steps into the light of the doorway. Good morning, Mr. Manley? Mr. Sterling. I suppose it is technically morning, yes, but do you have any idea what time it is? The sun isn't even up yet. I groggily frown at the milkman for his intrusion, and reach out to take the milk bottle from his hand, wanting him to get out and go away so I can go back to sleep. Sorry about that. I guess I got through breakfast too fast today. You look really tired. That's because I am, Cooley. You just woke me up. I would probably have only slept another hour and a half, but it's still very annoying to be woken from a nice deep sleep. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Well, on the bright side, you know what helps a lot of people get to sleep? Warm milk. In my tired state, I do somewhat question Cooley's return to his upbeat self, but mostly I find it annoying. Great, well, thanks for the milk. I'm going back to bed. Drink it. Excuse me? I said, drink it. Please. The strangeness of the situation hits me like a ton of bricks. Why do you want me to drink it? Because I delivered it, of course. I didn't get a chance yesterday to ask you how you liked it. So you want me to drink the milk right now? Yes. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll taste it with my breakfast later today, and just tell you what I thought when you come by tomorrow. Come on. Just drink it. It's a special delivery. He's acting weird again. I don't like this. I pop off the replaceable cap of the bottle. He's clearly watching me in anticipation of me taking a drink. I look down and check the contents instead. Oh no. Christ. I see some white hairs in the milk. And on closer inspection, an out-of-place smear of red floating in the white milk. That was the hair from yesterday. You saved it! Well. Aren't you gonna drink it? Cooley? I really hoped that you would, you know. I went very far out of my way. I just couldn't wait for my regular route either. This was on my mind, so I couldn't sleep. Cooley, this is revolting. What is this? What are you trying to pull? I'm not trying to pull anything. I'm just trying to fix what happened yesterday. Fix it? What the hell does that even mean? Well, we were having so much trouble yesterday getting on the same page. I think it's just because you're a stranger, but you want to get personal with me so quickly. So I thought about it, and I realized you weren't actually trying to be mean. I felt so bad about it afterward. I never lose my temper like that. The problem was just that you and I had trouble seeing eye to eye. You can't imagine being in my situation. You can't relate to me. It's not really fair of me to expect you to understand me as a person so quickly anyway. My situation is a very unusual one. Cooley, that is not the problem here. He ignores me and continues speaking. So I realized, while thinking over, that you just need to be closer to me to know what I was going through. That's why I've given you a part of me. So, drink it. Drink it. This whole situation is just too much. I don't want to deal with the aftermath of whatever reaction Cooley would have to a refusal. Especially when it's still dark out, and the neighbors are still asleep. Reluctantly and with disgust written all over my face, I raise the bottle to take the quickest swig of it I can. I can barely hold back a gagging sound at the feeling of hair fibers on my tongue. I force a smile for Cooley, hoping he is satisfied. See? That was so easy. Hopefully, now that I'm part of you, we can get along better. Yeah. I feel so much better. I should get going and pick up the deliveries for everyone else today. I'll be sure to bring you a spare bottle when I come back later. See you around, Mr. Manley. I wait for a moment to be sure he's gone before closing the door, then locking it. That was the single most bizarre and terrible experience of my life. I can't even get to sleep afterward. I dumped the tainted milk down the drain, tempted to throw away the bottle as well. But the bottles are collected to be reused. I don't want any more trouble. I don't want to cancel my service and draw suspicion to myself. Looks like all I can do is pretend nothing happened, and ensure I'm never up to see the milkman when he delivers my milk. Bad end. Rotten milk. Well, yeah, there it is. So, that's it for Tentador Leches. I can see where the writing style went to Don't Toy With Me. Because Don't Toy With Me, it's like Don't Toy With Me and Repairing Mantis. I think those are some of the two most painful games I've played. As far as like, what happens to the characters and like, you know, like, I don't want to spoil things too much anyway, so I'll keep my mouth shut. But I see like the DNA for what happened in there with this one, because, you know, the antagonist is you, right? Like, you're the bad guy. Like, you can be normal or something and you find a good ending. Or you can be prying or rude or too much and you get like degrees of endings. Now, the Milkman does do something odd at the end. They do snap. And there's a little undertone where we are a bad person because we're trying to seduce a married man. But in the more darker routes, you get like some little teaser that there might be something a little more to what we're saying. Like there might actually be something going on in that household. It's never explained, right? It's left vague for the viewer. We're basically, we know as much as our pro tag playable does here. So the audience is like, is his wife dead? Is there no wife? Is it like a psycho situation? Especially with the more retro setting. Is she actually a toxic bad wife? Like, maybe she is abusive. Because he has the weird line like, oh, even if she like divorced me, I would still take care of her even if she was with another man. And that's like, that's a little bit past like eternal love. But in the end, we don't know. We can only speculate, like I said, our main character does. All we know is that we hit the wrong nerve and we were forced to drink hair milk. In what is a subtly, or well, not really subtle, what is a quite twisted ending. Sometimes smaller, more simple things are more twisted than overt things. Like someone making you drink milk with their own hair and blood mixed in, intimidating you to do that, is a little bit more effective than, say, like the person delivering like a heart or like a dead fish to your doorstep. But yeah, anyway. So, thank you all for watching play Tentador Leches. I'll see you guys later and take it easy.